Alex Garrett.
Steps away from the Meadowlands, actually out here for a baseball-related event. Yes, it was Hall of Fame signings Pinstripe Pride event, and then stay tuned to my podcast where we got to talk with Bryan Hoch and Mark Feinsand, as well as a couple others throughout the day. You don't want to miss it. What a day for Garrett on the go here at the Meadowlands. All right, well, I'm very excited because here at the Pinstripe Meet and Greet Day here, I've got two of the pristine writers for the Yankees, Mark Feinsand and Bryan Hoch. Bryan, you've been on my show before. I'm glad to meet you at the Autograph Festival here. Tell us why you're here today. What do you guys, tell us about the book.
Yeah, nice to meet you in person, first of all. But, it was a great opportunity to come out and meet some Yankee fans. We've obviously got books that were got the Mission 27 on the 2009 Yankees. My book on the pandemic season, the Bronx Zoom, and then Mark has a couple books, too. The franchise is out, and the Yankee fan bucket list. So been doing a little business, but talking a lot of Yankee baseball with fans. It's been a lot of fun.
Mark, I mean, both of you guys, what's the outlook? Can we get to 28 this year? Like, what's the thinking here?
Well, I think they've certainly taken some steps to try to get there. I thought bringing in Carlos Rodon to add to that pitching staff was huge. You know, the most important thing they did this offseason was bringing back Aaron Judge. They had to do it. They did what it took to get him. And, I think as long as he's in the middle of your lineup, you got a shot.
Tell me about the BBWA, because I know you had the big dinner last week. Big night, right? That was a huge night.
It was, yeah. A star-studded dais. And, there was a period where we weren't sure if the dinner was going to come back. Obviously, COVID happened, 2020, 2021. There was a lockout. So I think it would have been easy to throw up our hands and say, well, it didn't work out. But we really fought hard to keep that going. It was the 98th annual dinner. And this is something that goes back to the days of Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth was a guest at this dinner. Mickey Mantle was there. Yogi Berra has been there. So it's Yankee history. It's a baseball history. It's tradition. And, we had a star-studded dais. And, anytime you're up there at the podium, and I was hosting that night, and I looked to my left, and there's Aaron Judge, and I looked to my right, and there's Justin Verlander and Albert Pujols. It was a really, really cool, surreal experience to be up there.
Hopefully this podcast gets there one year. I'd love to go. But
what about looking out into the crowd and seeing me sitting at a table right
there
in front
you go.
of you?
That was also very exciting, but I get to see you much more regularly than I do Albert Pujols.
What was it like combining to write this book? Obviously, you're a huge Yankee. I know you're reporters, but you're kind of fans, right? I mean, can we say that? I
don't know if you can call us fans, but we're certainly interested parties.
I'll tell you what, I live my life by the Yankee schedule, so yes, very interested parties, and obviously 2009 was such a special time to be around because you had the opening of the new stadium, you had some big free agents come in, and CC Sabathia, AJ Burnett, Mark Teixeira, they made the trade for Nick Swisher, and then who knew that it was the last time we were going to see Derek Jeter and Mariano Rivera pick up a World Series trophy, the only time we'd see A-Rod, CC Sabathia do it, Teixeira. So I think that looking back in hindsight, and what the cool thing about that book was, we combined our Rolodex, so to speak, and got in touch with as many guys from that 09 team, and they were much more willing to share their stories 10 years later than they were in 2009 when they were fighting for a championship.
All right.
Way to keep the young people listening with Rolodex references.
There you go. Well, I know you guys are busy here. Thanks for joining me for a little bit here at the event here in New Jersey.
You got it. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
I'm here with Mike Kupka. I'm so excited because I'm seeing this unbelievable painting in which George Steinbrenner is hugging Derek Jeter. And with my connection with George Steinbrenner and the Yankees, this mural hits home. But what brings you out here to the Yankees Pinstripe, meet and greet this year?
Well, I do a lot of baseball art, and I'm a big Yankee fan, and it was just a perfect storm.
And is this your first time doing this kind of thing?
No, I've been doing shows. Used to do fan fests,
nice.
Everything like that.
What got you into painting the Yankees?
I've done sports. I played sports all my life. I'm a huge Yankee fan, so that's where my market is. I'm in the tri-state area, so that's what I do.
And this big mural behind us, is it for sale? I have to ask you.
Yes, it is.
And how much are you selling for?
This is a print, and it's $1,800.
Good luck with everything. God bless.
Right, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm here with the New York Post's own Mark Sanchez, not to be confused, right?
No relation.
But talk to me, why are you out at this meet and greet today with the Pinstripe event?
Yeah, there are thousands of fans here, and I'm one of the few media at the end who's just trying to get the guys once they're done signing Some of them are happy to do it, and some of them are exhausted after signing for 8 hours. But I talked with Strawberry today about he was with the Yankees and Mets, and then went to the West Coast as a free agent. So I talked with him about Judge and kind of mirroring those decisions. So it's stories like that.
And have you talked to the fans? I know that you guys like to get the fans' perspective as well.
I haven't done much with the fans. I think there are thousands, and there were even more yesterday. I'm not quite covering the event as much as trying to get the players who happen to be here.
Got you. Well, enjoy the rest of your time. And are you a Yankee fan? I got to ask that.
I grew up a Yankee fan. I think you work in the industry long enough, and you kind of root for games to end. I root to go home.
Okay.
So maybe not the answer you're looking for.
Well,
I did grow up a Yankee fan.
It's honest, I guess, right? So
for sure.
One last thing. So as a post writer, are you going to be covering Judge? Do you think you'll be covering him a lot this year, or what?
I am sure. I'll be in spring training in a couple weeks, and I'm sure that'll be one of my first assignments is to see what he thinks he can do for an encore.
I know. Well, 62 was something, but now he wants a ring, doesn't he? I mean, that's the goal, right?
I think he needs one, and I think that's what the fans are waiting for.
Is this your first spring training, or have you covered them before down there?
Last year I was at Mets spring training because I bounce around. This will actually be my first Yankees one.
Well, Mark, nice to meet you, and we're going to get to know more. I know you're with the Post, so we're going to talk. We're going to air this on you, and we'll get more people for following you. All right?
For sure, sounds good.
Thank you, man. All right, I'm here with Barnwood Sports. You are actually a Hall of Fame certified collector.
Yes, sir. Hall of Fame licensed artist is what I call it. So, kind of a mixture between art and woodworking.
And so, tell me about that connection with the Hall of Fame.
I started doing work for the Hall of Fame about 4 years ago. And Justin Ferrano, who's artist of the Hall of Fame, had me make him a couple pieces because he saw my work, and then it led to getting licensed with the Hall of Fame. And I just opened it up to doing players and everything else.
Look at this thing, bud. Take a look for a real second here. How cool all of this is. And people are buying right now, and they can get them online as well, right?
Yeah, you can get it online as well. That's right.
Well, tell us your Instagram as well.
What's that?
You have an Instagram as well?
Instagram, yeah. At Barnwood Sports on everything.
All right,
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok.
We'll follow
LinkedIn.
You there. And maybe we'll see you in Cooperstown this year,
I'll be there. I'll be out on Main Street for the Swing for the Fences.
And what brought you out here?
I deal with these guys with autographs, and they said, hey, this is the show I need to be at.
All right.
And I'm here, and got to meet Wade Boggs finally.
And there you go. We get to meet you.
Yep,
Thanks
appreciate
so
it.
much.
Thank you.
What's your name again?
Tim. Home plate Tim. Don't forget it.
Home plate Tim.
I got that from Roger Maris Jr.
No kidding.
Yeah, that's my nickname.
Very cool. Home plate Tim, Barnwood Sports. Follow him. I'm Alex Garrett at the Pinstripe Pride event here in New Jersey at American Dream.